Hey gamers, welcome to another episode of Board Games and Beyond, where we talk about what's news, what's new, and a lot more. You're inside the gaming industry.
Yeah.
I'm Rick.
And I'm Carrie.
We're going to be your hosts today. And we always like to start off our program with what's news. So let's find out. Well, we're back.
Yeah.
What is news?
Well, first up, new Game Trade magazine. Now, it's out.
It's out. It's at your local game store. It's got a lot of cool content in here. One of the big ones is on page 34.
Oh,
you can check that out.
It's on page 34.
Well, let's look real quick.
Might it be the thing that I finished the content for today?
I think it is.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games is now available to order in Game Trade magazine, and I finished the last article before I came over to the studio today.
Yeah, it's on page 34.
I'm ready for a nap. But yes, you can pre-order that right now through Game Trade magazine. You can also pre-order it through previews at your local comic shop. But yeah, definitely support local businesses regardless of who you happen to be buying your games from. And yeah,
there it is.
There it is.
Yay! It's the book.
It's the book.
It's got some information there too. So go to your local game store and pick it up. Read that. We're going to talk about a couple of other things that are in here in a minute.
Because there's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a lot of good stuff.
But yeah, $20. The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
It's done.
Yeah.
Done. Almost. We still got to lay it out.
Some tweaks.
Yeah, some tweaks.
Yeah. Next up, we have Fantasy Flight Games announced X-Wing Second Edition, which is bringing some whole new rules and stuff to the X-Wing tabletop miniature game.
This is actually really cool. So the second edition of the game has refined both movement and combat. It also, if you are a fan of the original X-Wing, no need to fear because they are releasing a conversion kit for first to second edition, and perhaps most important, on today, the most holy of Star Wars days.
Yes. Mm.
Force powers being added to the game. For the
nice. Okay.
So yeah.
Wow, what a gift.
Yeah.
On May the 4th.
Right.
What a gift.
Also, if you're an Arrested Development fan, it's Cinco de Cuatro.
Cinco de Cuatro? All right. I don't think I've actually watched any of that. I'm the worst. I am the absolute worst.
In any case, Fantasy Flight, X-Wing, second edition.
Awesome.
It's going to be real cool.
Yep, and you can check out more about that either on Fantasy Flight's page. Mm-hmm. You can go to fantasyflight.com, or
you can head to GameTradeMagazine.com and learn all sorts of good stuff about it.
That's right. All sorts of good stuff indeed. Next up, we have Army Painter, the big fan of Army Painter war paints. They are the paints that I tend to use a lot when I do my Painting Happy Little Minis segment. But they announced a whole new line of branded paints, D&D branded paints.
So excited for this set. So there's going to be two different sets. Mm-hmm. You're going to have the Adventurer set and the Monster set. The Adventurer set is going to have 10 paints. Okay. The Monster set is going to have 36.
Wow. I mean, well, you need a lot of colors for monsters.
Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. Obviously, Army Painter does just nothing but the highest quality paints.
Yeah, they're good.
And also, with these paints, new 12 milliliter dropper bottles to avoid spillage and to avoid dryouts, which is huge. Plus, each paint set is going to come with, one, a free miniature,
which
always
is cool.
Good. But two, they will also be releasing a D&D brush set to get you started.
So one of the fun things about that is those items, the miniature and the brush set, immediately become collectibles.
Well, that too. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I like the collectability aspect of a lot of things, and the fact that a D&D brush comes with it, and that's maybe the only place you get it. Unless they come out with a line of D&D brushes, but this one will be the first. It'll be kind of cool, and the miniature, it's going to be,
that miniature you're not going to be able to get outside of the set.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is super cool. So for me, I play a lot of D&D,
Do you?
but I don't play much in the way of like war games. So
Right.
really, until you started bringing me on the Happy Little Mini Show,
Yeah.
I wasn't really doing much in terms of mini painting.
Right.
And because I wasn't really playing war games, I wasn't painting a whole 40K army or anything like that. I never really felt that it was like worth sort of like experimenting
Sure.
with different paints and whatnot. So for them to come out with a line of paints catered to people like me who use minis for role playing more than for wargaming, it's awesome. I'm super excited about this, and I'm just like, just give it to me now, please. Send me a sample, Army Painter. I will say lots of nice things about you.
Wink, wink, wink. So, and finally, if you want to find out more about that, go to thearmypainter.com and find out more about the D&D paint line. It looked like it was in conjunction with Gale Force 9 and Wizards of the Coast, so makes sense.
Right.
Finally, we're going to talk about an article in the magazine that's new, but it's something I really wanted to talk about because I love this game, and it's so much fun, and it's called...
It's cooler than being cool.
It is cooler than being cool. It's called Ice Cool.
Ice Cool.
Ice Cool. And they have their World Championship tournament is coming up. And what's cool about that is it'll take place at Gen Con in Indianapolis, August 2nd through the 5th. The North American champion will then receive a trip for 2 people to Riga, Latvia, where they will join other national champions from 19 plus countries in order to crown the world champion at the final series at this year's Balticon, which is November 24th and 25th.
Yeah.
And Ice Cool is a fun little flick game where you flick a penguin through these different rooms on this board. It's a lot of fun. I played a little bit of it at Toy Fair this year.
It's not really the kind of game that I would expect there to be such a significant world championship for, but I think that's what makes it cool.
Well, because it's a dexterity game,
Yeah.
a lot of people, there are some people out there that can do some really amazing things with,
that's true.
like with ping pong balls, bouncing them off corners and stuff. I'm just saying, keep an eye out for Ice Cool and some other cool stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, chili cool stuff. But besides just this. So this right here is the big news. Check it out. If you are a fan of Ice Cool, find your way to Gen Con, participate in the World Championships.
And maybe you can go to Latvia.
Latvia, how cool is that?
That's different.
25 cents and you're set in Latvia. I mean, that's a stereotype based on a movie I watched once. I think it was called Eurotrip. I don't know.
But no, in any case, a free trip across the pond, and then Balticon, which is a little local to us. So
No. Balticon is not local to us.
I thought it was.
Balticon is Baltic.
Baltic.
The Baltic Sea. Yeah, not Baltimore.
I think the problem is that there is a Balticon.
There is a
Baltimore.
Balticon here in Baltimore. But
My mistake.
But it is in Baltic, for the Baltic Sea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well,
Well, whatever. In any case, that's it for news. So, Rick, what's new this week?
I don't know. Let's find out. All right, so for new this week at your friendly local game store, we've got Memoir. This is by Stronghold Games. Now, this is a game where you make your escape off the island of Captain Goldfish before the lava swallows you up, much like what's going on in Hawaii right now. Reveal locations that are connected to collect valuable treasures. Watch for animals that will give you special actions to help you. Only through your recollection plus a little bit of pirate luck will you be able to survive in Memoir. So it's like a memory game.
Yeah, it's a pirate-themed memory game. It's a good family game. It's a good all-ages game, and it's already got pretty decently good rating on Board Game Geek.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely one worth watching out for.
Yeah, go check it out, pick it up. Again, it's by Stronghold Games. It's for ages 8 and up, 2 to 4 players, and then it takes about 10 to 20 minutes to play a game.
Yeah.
So
Good for short attention spans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like icebreaker games. I would
Yeah.
consider this an icebreaker when you have a bunch of friends over and you're going to play some games. Something that's quick
Yeah.
to break the ice, especially if it's new friends that
Yeah.
you really haven't associated. You like bring a friend to a game night.
Right.
I don't know you. Let's play this real
Right.
quick. Good to go. And on to the next.
Right.
So, and speaking of on to the next, we have Altiplano.
I like this box
It's so heavy.
a lot. I haven't even. Oh.
Yeah,
that is
it's got
heavy.
it's got a lot of weight to it.
So this is by Renegade Game Studios.
It is.
And in this game, you are fishing, you are mining, you are trading, but most importantly, you're raising alpacas.
And you can't go wrong with that.
No, you can't.
I think that's why it weighs so much, because
There's like a full alpaca in there,
Yeah.
probably.
so open it up, you get all sorts of cool punch-out stuff. The rule book, some little cards, a little score sheet.
Score sheets.
And
The game, you want to. Those bags are nice.
Dice bags or bit bags.
Yeah, you want to have. It's like a resource generation game. So whoever has sort of produced the most over the course of the game is the one who
Wins. The
yes.
one, and yes, I'm gonna pop this out just
You wanna
because
pop the alpaca?
I am going. Yes, we have to.
That's fair. I'm glad that they give you an alpaca.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that.
All right. You take them.
Yeah, no, I'll do it.
There's so much stuff in here.
This is thick cardboard too,
Yeah.
so this is clearly meant to hold up to repeated use.
Yes, look at this thing. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
We shall name it Pedro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at him.
He's gonna live here for the rest of the show. That's where our
He's
our
force
podcast
sensitive.
ends. Yes.
And if I've said it once, I've said it many times. Dice bags. Renegade always has some sort of dice bag or bag in their game that is worth having.
And they're nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Renegade.
I like the high production values over at Renegade
I do
Studios.
too.
They don't mess around.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of messing around,
well, speaking of high quality stuff, Renegade actually has their first Kickstarter going on right now. It's already reached its funding goal. But if you haven't checked it out yet, go to Kickstarter and check out Overlight. It's an RPG that takes place in a whole new type of setting. So check it out.
It looks very cool.
Yeah. Our other news this week though
Is messing around.
is messing around. Decrypto.
Decrypto. So this is a team-based code cracking game.
Okay.
And the goal of the game, you want to correctly guess codes that are given to you by your own teammates, but you also want to crack the other team's codes that
Nice.
they're working on.
This is
So-
by Yellow Games. It's IELLO, but it's yellow. It's pronounced.
Yellow,
Yeah.
yes.
It's for 3 to 8 players, ages 12 and up. Takes about 30 minutes to play. Join the greatest encryptor team in the world. Your mission: transmit secret codes to your teammates without letting the opposing team intercept them. You're wind talkers.
Yeah. So no, it's super cool. I mean, I've always been personally fascinated by like the World War II stuff with like the Enigma machine and
Right.
whatnot. So this is, I think, a extremely watered down version
Of the Enigma machine.
of
Yeah.
that. But no, it's super cool. And this is another one where it's good. It's for ages like 12 and up.
Yeah.
So this is another good sort of like family.
Yeah,
type.
absolutely. And if you look at the back here, you can kind of see some of the cool aspects of it, where it uses the red lens basically and drop it down and it gives you your word that you're trying to give give clues to have them guess the words. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And that's Decrypto by Yellow. So all of these games that came out this week, you can check out. You can check them out on their different websites if you want to find out more. Board game Stronghold Games, check them out. Renegade Game Studios at renegadegamestudios.com, and also Yellow Games at IELLO games.com.
Yep.
And you can get all the information about those individual titles
And then
and
head to your
more,
friendly local game store.
and pick them up.
Pick 'em up.
Yeah, because they're available right now.
Yeah, they all came out this week.
Yeah.
Literally Tuesday Wednesday. Or
Right.
Wednesday. I don't know what day it is anymore.
Well, it's Friday.
Is it Wednesday? I don't know. They came out this week.
Yeah,
That's
they came
what's
out this week.
important.
And that is what's important.
Yes.
One of the things about Decrypto I find kind of neat is like much like the whole spy theme. If like you got caught, you get that spotlight on you,
Yeah.
which kind of is our transition into our spotlight of the week, our board game spotlight of the week. Let's check it out. All right, so the board game spotlight of the week, we had the privilege of having North Star Games come in. Bruce from North Star Games came in and showed us a game called Monster Match. We have a little video clip of that, so let's go ahead and take a peek. All right, like I said, we're with Monster Match.
Absolutely.
Another part of the Happy Planet line. Bruce, tell us a little bit about this game.
Well, first to show you how it fits in the Happy Planet line, you have the Happy Monster.
Looks great.
Because we believe the first thing that's going to make you happy out there playing the game is to see the package. The package just makes you smile.
Absolutely.
Okay? Inside the package, you're going to find a stack of cards, the Zilch token, and 2 dice. So here's how it works. You're going to put 10 cards out, like we have already done.
Yeah. Because we'd really like for you to go over to our YouTube channel and check out the full video.
Looks cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like the little monster bag. It's really cute.
Yeah, well, it's part of their, what's it called?
Happy Planet.
That's
Happy
right.
Planet.
It's part of their Happy Planet imprint where they're going to have a bunch of really fun, fast, and friendly games that'll,
Good all ages games.
Yeah, and that make you feel a little happier, like Bruce says. It makes you feel a little happier. It may not cure you of all things, but it will make you feel a little happier.
It'll make your day just a little bit better.
That's right. One of the things about the video too is watch Bruce when he does anything with his hands showing cards. You can absolutely tell that he used to do, probably still does, close-up magic. He's a magician by trade, so you can tell by his
just the motion.
right,
of his
and
hands.
it's so cool.
That's
so
funny.
you can go and watch the video and check that out. If you want to learn more, you can always go to northstargames.com, and that's our spotlight of the week.
Yeah.
So, and it's available also at your local game store now.
Absolutely. So, also happening this week, well, it's time for the community shout out. Speaking of things happening this
Yeah, let's
week.
find out what that's about.
So, tomorrow is Free Comic Book Day.
That's right. And a lot of game stores are also comic book stores, and
And a
vice
lot
versa.
of comic shops are also game stores.
So, it's like Reese's Pieces, or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. They just smash together, and they go great together.
They do. I love Free Comic Book Day. I'm very excited to go to my local comic shop, who will also hopefully be expanding into tabletop games soon as well, because they recently moved into a significantly larger location.
You're talking about
And
cards, comics, and games.
Cards, comics, and
Collectibles.
yes, cards, comics, and collectibles in
Soon to be
Reisterstown,
games.
Maryland. Soon to be games, hopefully. Lark. But yeah, I've been going to that shop since I was a kid, and
Nice.
so Free Comic Book Day is always a fun time. They've got a lot of good comic creators, and cards, comics, and collectibles, much like many other comic shops and probably game shops as well that participate in Free Comic Book Day, usually run a big time sale on Free Comic Book Day. So if you have a participating store for Free Comic Book Day in your area, definitely head in there tomorrow and just see what they got.
Right. And if you don't know where that participating store is or which one in your area is the participating store, go to freecomicbookday.com. They have a store locator that will take you directly to one in your area that is participating. If you go to comicshoplocator.com, that won't necessarily give you the participating store.
Yes.
But the one on the Free Comic Book Day website absolutely
Yes.
will. So, and it's an amazing event. I'll also be at Cards, Comics, and Collectibles tomorrow in the morning with Johnny. We'll be doing some Free Comic Book Day footage there. We're going to go live on the Free Comic Book Day Facebook page around between the 11 and noon hour.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. And then I think we're going to also hit up Third Eye Comics in Annapolis.
Yep.
Yeah, and who knows? On the way back from Annapolis, there's like 5 more comic book shops I could
There's a
technically
lot.
stop into and say hi and do some shout outs from.
Yeah.
So stay tuned if you're following Free Comic Book Day, and if you're not, go to Free Comic Book Day on Facebook and like the page.
Yeah, definitely.
Next, we've got our shout out for the cardboard box stacker. One of the things we've been doing is kind of giving shout outs to people that do reviews or playthroughs and stuff like that, because they're all part of our community.
Yes.
And some people might want to go and check out their content. So we want to give them a shout out, and you can go to thecardboardstacker.com to find out more about what they do.
Yeah.
And then finally we have To Die for Games. Yes. Which is todieforgames.com.
Yep.
It's a kind of a blog site, and they have all sorts of different content that you can peruse and check out and see if it fits your flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some reviewers and some content creators that people may gravitate more towards, and we want to show you all of them
Right.
to give you choices.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's so many good resources out there for people who are looking to expand their board game collection or to try something new. So definitely check these guys out.
Yes, all of them. And that's our community shout-outs, which brings us to the end of our program. Well,
It's been another good week.
it has been. And I mean, come on. This week we've had the Infinity War. We've had, today, May the 4th, we've had all those cool games we already talked about, because there's a lot more. GTM came out and is available at your store as well, so go check that out. All the good reads and all the good articles are in here. And
Page 34.
Page 34 has our book.
Our book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, available for pre-order
Right
now.
Check it out.
And again, I finished the content today.
Yes.
I deserve a beer.
You deserve 2 beers and a Red Bull of vodka.
Yeah, no.
No? We probably shouldn't say that. So on that note.
No one needs to know what happens at the company parties.
On that note, this has been Board Games and Beyond. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Rick.
And I'm Carrie, and we will see you at the game store. Hey guys, thanks for watching Game Trade Media. Before you go, we wanted to tell you about our new book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, which is available to pre-order right now.
You obviously love tabletop gaming, so do we. And this book provides a look at the history of all the different types of tabletop games, from card games like Magic the Gathering to role-playing adventures like Dungeons & Dragons, to the most classic of board games like Clue or The Game of Life.
Right. We've also got interviews with a lot of industry veterans like Peter Adkison and influencers like Matt Mercer, plus discussions with collectors and gamers of all kinds. The book also discusses the impact of crowdfunding on the industry and looks into why board gaming is experiencing such a boom right now.
We put a lot of love, a ton as a matter of fact, into this book, and we like to think that it provides a perfect snapshot of what makes tabletop gaming and the tabletop community so great. You can pre-order your copy right now by using diamond code APR181585. So head into your local comic or game shop today and tell them you want the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games.
Thanks for watching Board Games and Beyond. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.